this nice little cafe spot. I'll show you guys on the chart. On ES, we're targeting this fair value gap. What's going on, boys? Let's crack open a little refreshment, get hydrated. Sprite Zero, tea flavored. I don't know. It's kind of decent, I guess. Prefer Diet Coke though, but that's all we got. But let's just get straight into this shit. So today, I took one trade, as you guys see right here. Ended up being a loss. Now, there's a lot of context behind this trade, right? And I'm just going to start off by saying I'm on the daily chart right now, right? On MES. Look at where we are relative to these all-time highs, right? Look at where we are. Now let's go to this MES chart and look where we are. So I don't know what is going on, right? But this really fucked with me today because on Top Step, I was targeting this fair value gap, right? Right here. But on this MES chart on TradingView, we took that out June 11th. So I was super confused, right? Because if you look on here, the MES, the micro ES chart, right? Futures, this imbalance hasn't gotten tapped into. Where the hell is this draw? Look at this fair value gap. This was my draw for the day. Right here. Boom. This draw. And I had a very, very good entry. Very good trade idea. I'll get into that in a second, right? But this was my draw. And then on TradingView, we inversed that gap like a week ago. So I did some scheming and I figured out that MES1, this contract, right? This is like a continuous chart because the futures, every quarter the contract rolls over, or monthly, I'm not sure. But the correct chart that's appearing on Top Step is this one right here, the U2025. As you guys see here, U25, and this means it's the September contract for this specific instrument. So this is my actual chart right here. But this just threw me off, and I was very confused. So I'm just curious myself as if so if that MES chart right here, if this chart right here took out the highs, are we going to? Is that like a divergence with this chart? Because usually when we take out highs, you guys know, we liquidity sweep, we tend to reverse. So if we take out the highs on this MES chart, are we going to see a huge bearish reaction on this one, even though we didn't take out the highs? That's my question, but that's irrelevant because let's just hop into the actual trade idea, right? So let's go back into 9:30. We're just gonna do this on TradingView replay mode because it's a little easier to see what I was thinking, right? So as you guys know, I'm targeting this daily fair value gap. I'm pretty certain we're gonna smack this, right? I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure we're gonna hit this. More likely than not, that's where price is going for today, in my opinion, right? We could always do whatever we want, but I just think price is gonna go there, and that's the first step of my system. First step of my strategy is just determining where we're gonna go on the daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. So I think we're gonna go to this level right here. We're not too far away, and on NQ, my only bullish draw was this high right here, and we are just way too far away. As you guys see here. Boom, we're 350 points away on NQ. So I didn't want to trade NQ. I wanted to trade ES because ES we have a very high probable draw. But this is another thing I have to figure out, and this is going to come with experience, is even though, as you guys see, we're farther away from these highs on ES, and NQ we're way closer to the highs. But as in bias for the day, this target is too far away for today's price to hit. So I went to ES to long, right? But is that the right move? Because NQ is actually more bullish. As you guys see here, look, ES is down 0.02%, NQ is up 0.17. So I feel like NQ is the better equity to trade, but we don't have any high probable draws, right? Like on the 4 hour, even if we go on a 4 hour, the only other draw I see is this high right here, and even that draw is over 100 points away, you know? So I didn't have any bullish targets for NQ. I had a bullish target for ES, but NQ is the more bullish pair. So it was just a lot of, basically just a mind fuck for me this morning. I didn't know which one to trade. I just ended up going with ES because I really liked this draw right here, and we were close, right? So let's just stick with ES now. That was my thought process going into the day. And if you look on the 4 hour, we're inching forward, right? I had this as another potential draw right here, right above this 4 hour gap. But as you guys see here, market opens right here, and what do? We make a 1 hour for value gap right here. Boom. So this is very important to keep in mind on ES. What is this, bro? I literally replayed this. Alright, so as we get from when we get on in the morning, right here, 9:30, what do I see? I see we have a 1 hour for value gap, right? 1 hour for value gap. So my thought process was, I want to see price come down, take out these pre-market lows, and I wanted to see a nice bullish reaction off this PD array to come take out that market opening high, and boom, make its way up to this draw right here. Boom. That was my idea, right? And let's see what happens with price. So we come up. Come on. Alright, we start displacing up a little bit. Indecision candle. Boom, we get a nice bearish candle right here. Boom. What do we get? A nice, very nice wick right here. Very bullish wick. And what does the next 5 minute candle do? Come on, bro. What do? We invert. I'm going to move this out of this way. We inverse. This is so key. We inverse this 5 minute bearish gap. Now, that is a beautiful reaction off of a higher time frame PD array, such as the 1 hour for value gap. So, and if we also look at the 15 minute, look at this candle body close. That is just freaking sexy, right? So, what did I want to do from here? I wanted to go long, of course, and I wanted to target this high, right? And I was going to be very safe because I was going to go break even after these highs right here. My plan was to go break even as soon as we take out this 940 high, right? We see the 15 minute beautiful close, 5 minute beautiful reaction. I thought this was a guaranteed trade, and the risk to reward was freaking beautiful, right? And it was the target was only 0.3% away on ES. So I enter right here. 8 points, do the math, 8 times 5, 40, 400 divided by 40, 10. So I bought 10 here, boom, stop loss here, TP up here. And as you guys can probably guess, we just don't see price do anything that I like, right? We get we mess around for a little bit, but we get stopped out. End of story. And as you guys see, what the fuck? Okay. But as you guys see, my bias and my idea was wrong. And that's okay, because I really did like this trade. I thought that we were at least going to take out this high, so I would go risk off really soon, and I have the potential to ride price all the way to this daily fair value gap. But I guess my main lesson and main mistake I would say for today is wait for more displacement. Wait for price to actually make the move, right? And then catch a continuation up here, you know what I mean? Catch something like this over here instead of trying to bottom tick the whole move up, because it's a lot less probable down here, right? It's just a lot less probable. And that's a mistake I made. I kind of jumped the gun, but I'm not going to be angry or disappointed because this was a very, very good trade. The 15-minute made such a nice rejection wick. I thought it was impossible. I thought it was going to be impossible that we go down to my stop before taking out this swing, this little internal high right here. But price did the impossible and took me out. And that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. And another thing I want to talk about here is just see on ES. I was trading MES, right? And usually on Top Step X, whenever I type in the chart, the order tab syncs up with the chart I'm on. So by accident, I placed the order, right, thinking I'm on ES, but then on the order tab, I was on MNQ. So I placed a trade on the wrong pair. So I placed the order and I didn't see my stop loss and take profit. You know what I mean? Those little sliders. I was like, what the fuck? So I immediately closed out of that trade and I lost 150 just from that. So this is why the loss is a little bigger than it should have been. It should have only been like 370. But you live, you learn. You got to be locked in. You got to be careful. I wonder why this didn't sync today. I don't know if Top Step X had some sort of update or something, but it was just very glitchy today. I'm not going to lie. But I really thought this was a cool trade idea. I thought it was secured, you know, and we might still end up hitting that target later on in today. But I think we just wanted to see more liquidity get taken. But yeah, I think everything else is synced up though, right? Yeah, I placed the order right here. Boom. Stop right here. Fuck. Yeah, and we just got stopped out. But not a big deal. Very good trade idea. I guess in the future, to be safe, I would probably rather wait for some sort of actual market structure shift. But yeah, we didn't get that. And that's okay. Like I said, very nice trade idea though. And I took this, main reasoning being I thought we were for sure going to take out these highs, but we didn't. And also another lesson I could learn is trade the more bullish pair, because as you guys see, NQ, we didn't tap into that fair value gap. I mean, we tapped into that bullish fair value gap, but it was later on. It was the way more bullish pair. So there was also divergence, right? Because as you guys see here, that 945 15-minute wick didn't happen out of that 1 hour PD array. So there was divergence there too. And ES was the lagging pair because we made a lower low right here. I'll show you guys real quick too. So let's go right here. This is the 1 hour for value gap right here. And as you guys see, that move, that same move on NQ, we didn't pierce that 1 hour for value gap. But if you go to ES, we did pierce it, right? So I thought for sure ES was going to take out that high, but I took the trade on the lagging pair, which is another, I guess, mistake. But ES just chart looked cleaner, and I'm gonna trade the cleaner looking chart with clearer targets. But my target was just wrong for the day, and who knows, maybe maybe by the end of the day we do take out that fair value gap, or maybe that could be a potential target for tomorrow. But that'll do it for today. Not too upset. It's just a combine, you know. If we go look at my P&L and shit, I still only need one more day to pass. You know what I mean? I'm still chilling. I just need to risk, what is this, 22? I need to risk 800 on the next trade, and I still can pass this account this week, right? And if we do blow the account, fuck it, man. Who cares, dude? I'm very locked in. I know that I do have edge, and I know that in the long run, I win way more than I lose, and my risk to reward, I win a lot more when I win than I lose. If that makes sense? My losses are way smaller than my wins, so it's okay to take losses because I know I'm gonna win a lot more, and I know my wins are big enough to cover all the losses. So, yep, this isn't gonna phase me. After I lost a trade, I was like, fuck it, I'm locking myself out. One trade a day I'm gonna do, because I've realized with my trading, once I take a loss, my psychology is fucked, and I start like immediately trying to find a trade to make back what I lost, and those aren't probable trades, you know. You can't be in a mindset of, oh, let me make it back. You have to be in a mindset of, okay, what is the chart telling me? But that'll do it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, took something away. This was a very wonky day, very wacky. I journaled it all, so from now on, I'm going to take these things into consideration, such as contracts rollover and everything. But yeah, that'll do it. See you guys tomorrow.